Welcome to Knights Stadium and this evening's contest between your Southern Virginia University Knights field hockey team and the visiting Bridgewater College Eagles, coming down from about an hour's north. A beautiful, beautiful evening as the sun's setting down over the Blue Ridge Mountains. I see Hilltop in the distance. Buena Vista is living up to its name, and we welcome everybody joining us from across the country, locally here in Virginia, friends, families, visitors, parents from both teams. My name is Scotty Winterton, and I'll be broadcasting this evening's contest for you. Right now, we're just finishing up the starting lineups as SVU and Bridgewater get ready. This is a contest of two teams coming in where there are a few, similarities and a few discrepancies. The Southern Virginia Knights are coming in at 0-4, 4 games. The most recent, a loss to Roanoke, another ODAC college. Bridgewater is a member of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Southern Virginia University, a recent member of USA South, the conference that the Knights just recently joined, coming out of a 8-year membership with the Capital Athletic Conference. The Knights and their coach Camille Lamb are looking to get on a winning streak here of 1. While the Bridgewater Eagles have a 2-3 record in the 5 games that they've played. scoring 19 total goals, 3.8 per game. The Knights have really had trouble putting balls in the back of the net, scoring in the 4 games 2 goals. And this is an opportunity for the Knights at home to come in to really try to turn things around. They've had 1 game at home versus Lancaster Bible where they lost 7-1. That being said, the Knights have really worked hard as I've had a chance to visit with the team, focusing on trying to put goals in the net, but really trying to stay positive. Coach Lamb is a fantastic, positive coach. She works really hard with the team and those ladies to keep a positive attitude. It's certainly a growing sport here at SVU, one of our newer sports in the Division III NCAA program. One of 26 NCAA or club sports. The rugby team that we have is not able to be NCAA because there is no NCAA rugby. Outside of that, I believe every other sport is NCAA. The Knights come in with ladies from all over the country. When you look at their roster, we have, for example, Marilia Keene from Orange, Virginia, Alexia Clements from Hershey, Pennsylvania, Newport, Virginia, Surprise, Arizona, La Plata, Maryland, Richland, Washington is Paige Anderson, coming from probably the farthest away. We have Delaware represented as well. Bridgewater is pretty much a Virginia, Maryland heavy team, most of their team coming from Northern Virginia or the Richmond, Suffolk, Eastern Shore area. So we're underway here as Bridgewater looks to control the ball, puts it back to their defense, and looks to swing to the other side, reverse, see if they can't push it up the sideline. Nice find in the middle as number 5, Daphne, moves that ball forward. Ball down to the wing. It's number 14, Megan Bailey, looks to come. There. So the short corner results in the ball for the Knights. Sorry about that technical difficulty. That is Anna Bonney in cage for the Knights. Nice centering pass for Bridgewater as they put that ball across and able to sneak it past Bonnie there. So the Knights, again, this is a little bit early, I think, for them to want to, handle that kind of pressure. We'll have to see if the Knights can move that ball up the wings and try to control that ball a little more and relieve some of this defensive pressure that they're facing. Nice tackle by number 13 for the Knights, Emily Tyler. Emily Tyler is one of the kind of two primary scorers, shot takers for Bridgewater. Emily leads the Eagles in both goals and shots taken, with 8 goals, 2 assists for 18 points on the year so far in the 5 games they've played. Sterling ball put across to Emily Tyler as she looks to tackle through that, and her efforts, it looks like, will result in another short corner for Bridgewater. Last one did not result in a goal, but they were quickly able to recover and score off the Knights' inability to clear the ball. Knights will have their 4 defenders starting in at the end line. Looks like number 14, Megan Bailey, will be putting this ball in. We'll see who Bridgewater has lined up to. Usually they'll pull together a redirect for this. No, redirect over from number 5, Daphne Demude. Kicked out of bounds. Looks like the referee's calling for ball out up top, off the Knights, starting in just outside the circle. Looks like it went off the foot of the Bridgewater defender, but no call made. As you guys know out there, or you may not know, the ball is not allowed to hit the foot of any of the players. A foul will be called. In fact, I believe that's the foul right now as Bridgewater enters that ball, looks to center. Number 8, Caroline Quigley goes across. Opportunity for Bridgewater in front, but the Knights send it out. Excellent clearance. Knights will enter this ball. Emily Tyler brings it in. You can see why she's the leading scorer for the Bridgewater Eagles. She really has a lot of skill entering that ball into the circle. Again, a penalty call, foul called, and the Knights will be forced to deal with another short corner. They've done a decent job defending all the previous 2. Neither resulted in a goal for the Eagles. We'll see if the Knights can do it again. There's a nice pass over to number 11, Claire Ashley. Claire Ashley listed as a defenseman for the Eagles, but she definitely gets involved on these corners. She is the second leading scorer on the team with 11 points and 15 shots. Ball knocked out of bounds by Megan Bailey, and the Knights will regain control. See if they can move the ball down, have some control. The Eagles have really compressed the field and not allowed the Knights to have breathing room in moving the ball down the field. Maybe the Knights need to take some long shots down, just open it up a little bit, see if their forwards can create some pressure on the defensive end. Immediate turnover for the Knights. 14, Megan Bailey tries to take a shot. Tackle made by the Knights, but results in a foul called in the circle, and Bridgewater will have their 4th corner. Ball over to number 8, Karen Quigley, and she puts it outside. 32 for the Knights. Rachel Emmel takes that ball off the foot, comes up limping, but she's tough and gets right back after it. Ball out of bounds. Referee calls it for the Knights. Nice cross-field pass from number 2, Lexia Clements. 22 playing defense for the Eagles over here, number 22, and Meredith Rankin and the Knights, number 14, Sydney White, get tangled up with their sticks. Eagles goalie forced to come out of her cage, kicks the ball downfield. Ball out of bounds on the Knights, and it looks like it'll be Eagles ball. That was the Knights' best opportunity. They had two forwards chasing that ball down, unable to come up with the shot from inside the circle, but nice to see creating some opportunity. Sydney White tries to get the ball wide to her teammate, Sadie Groening. Groening loses her stick, shaking her hand. They'll take those shots from sticks off the fingers every now and then. Mirielia Keene loses the ball. She tries to enter into the top of the circle, not able to maintain control off a solid tackle from the Eagles' defense. And looks like the ball will be placed inbounds by the Knights. I think on that far side, Rachel Emmel enters that ball into Sordo. Elizabeth Sordo, a junior from Billiton, Virginia. Nice outside pass from number 8, Carolyn Quigley. She has nice connection with Claire Ashley. Claire Ashley getting up and down both sides. Her skills on the offensive end. She's playing more of a midfield role than a defense role, even though they have her listed as a defender. Foul called on the Eagles as the Knights defenders will look to maintain some control. Nice forward ball from the Knights' Alexia Clements, sophomore from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Wonderful place. If you have not had a chance to visit Hershey, Pennsylvania, I highly recommend it. Street lights are indeed shaped like Hershey Kisses, and the whole place smells fantastic. Clements starting that ball again. Nice moves as a diagonal run here from Ellie Marble. Ellie Marble gets the ball taken away on that pass. And transition coming from Daphne Demude. Puts the ball over on the wing, looking for her teammate, Taylor Wood, forward junior from Westminster, Maryland. Knights will be entering the ball again. So since that first 5 minutes or so of play from the Eagles' offensive prowess, they were able to keep that ball really in the Knights' defensive end. Since then, the Knights have been able to transition the ball better, less turnovers in the middle of the field, and then really push that ball across into their own offensive half. Been a little more even and up and down. This is a dangerous opportunity. Ball right on the goal line. A battle with crosses. And number 14 for the Eagles, Megan Bailey, forward from junior from Suffolk, Virginia, was able to knock that in. There were about 3 Knights battling with that. And they were unable to clear that ball off the goal line. I thought initially with the numbers there, they had, extra numbers. They weren't outnumbered in the circle. It was really only 14, Bailey and Emily Rice that were on the offense in the circle there, and the Knights had numbers. Ball gets through as Sadie Groening looks to push it into the middle of the circle, but not able to maintain control. Thought it was a nice tackle there from Sydney White, and a foul called on the Eagles. 12, Elizabeth Sordo takes a shot just outside the circle. Goalie number 71, Brooke Ham from the Bridgewater Eagles, let that ball go harmlessly outside, and the Eagles will start this ball in. Bailey looking to move that ball to the outside. Maybe she held that a little bit long. She had open players, both up front and on the wing. Knights trying to push that ball down the wing, unable to connect. Trying to find Paige Anderson. Paige Anderson's a senior from Richland, Washington, transfer from BYU, Idaho. This is a team that has pretty good mix, the Knights, of leadership, senior leadership, and young players. More so than I think a number of SVU teams are pretty young. As nice entering pass, I think that was from an entering pass from number 22, Meredith Rankin, finding Emily Rice. They really look to find her in the middle of the field. She does a great job with the handles, putting that ball off to the right side of Anna Bonney. And the Eagles are now up 3-0 with 3:16 left in the first quarter. Better play by the Knights overall in the last 5 minutes. Just not able to collapse on that defensive end, allowing, even when they had numbers, allowing Emily Rice and Megan Bailey to kind of control that ball and not able to get that double team. Nice interception here from Paige Anderson. She looks to the middle of the field, finds number 1, Marielle Akeen. And they look to find Marielle Akeen again in the middle of the field, and there's a foul called by the ref. Ball come out for the Eagles. Connection not made as number 14, Sydney White, SVU freshman, looking to control the ball, finds her teammate, Sordo, in the middle of the field. Sordo looking to put that ball. Nice connection with Clements. Clements fighting against the double team. Looked like there might have been an opportunity for that tackle to be called on the Knights, but the referee called the penalty on Quigley. And Knights now clear the ball all the way down. Foul called. I can't tell if they're calling that in the circle. They are calling that in the circle. Marielle Akeen able to draw that foul in the circle, and the Knights have their first opportunity for this short corner. Knights bring the ball over to the near side as Clements will look to put the ball in. Control by Sordo. She does not redirect it. Takes her own shot. Looks like number 9 for the Knights, Sadie Groening, will be called, I think, for touching with the other side of her stick. For those that don't know, I'm sure most of you do, you can only touch the ball with one side, the flat side of your stick. It takes a lot of skill to be able to do what hockey players do, but only with one side of your stick. Nice opportunity there for Sordo. I think it was a really smart play, looking for Groening coming off to the wing, just not able to connect on it. This is the most pressure the Knights have put on the Eagles in this first quarter. Clements finding Sordo. Sordo with that centering pass. Opportunity, nice opportunity for Akeen. Not able to get the control she wanted on it. It was a nice spin move as she shielded the defender, spun on her, and she was going to wrap that thing around and had that opportunity to put it on, just not able quite to get the power on that shot that she wanted. Really nice opportunity. Great connection from the Knights. Bailey trying to do a diagonal run, shielding off the SVU defender. However, the Knights able to stay with that, did a great job. That was number 16, Miriam Bonney. I think it was Miriam, right? Yeah, Miriam Bonney doing a great job cutting off that diagonal run. Smart run by 14 is, you can't tackle from behind in field hockey, so making these diagonal runs where you just shield and you're not allowed to block off and kind of interfere as an offensive player, but making these diagonal runs really creates difficulty for defenders who cannot tackle from behind by rule to get in front of you. But watching Miriam Bonney with a little more speed and able to get in front of Megan Bailey, who's definitely a good player, has one of the goals tonight. Knights, we're, 3 weeks into school here. We have a pretty decent crowd gathered. If you're out there listening, go ahead and come on and join us. We got the lights on for this evening's contest. Sun's going down. And a beautiful night, nice and cool. Humidity's dropped. This is an amazing place to come and watch an athletic contest. Looking over this first quarter, the 3 goals from Quigley, Bailey, and Tyler, the first 2 were unassisted, whereas that nice pass in from Claire Ashley to Emily Tyler to score that 3rd goal was beautiful. Bridgewater has, looking at the game stats, Bridgewater has 9 shots with 7 on goal. The Knights, later in that quarter, were able to generate offense, but not able to generate a shot, and consequently have no shots on goal. However, number 22, Anna Bonney, does have 4 saves as opposed to 0 saves, obviously, with no shots on goal. For the Eagles, Brooke Ham had to do a little bit more work in that latter half of that first quarter. Made a great play coming off her line when the Knights created kind of their first opportunity in kicking that ball off to the wing. No fouls, yellow cards or green cards on either team, so really a pretty clean quarter so far. And we'll have to see if the Knights can find the rhythm that they had in the second part of that quarter, seeing if they can generate pressure, keep the potent offense of Emily Rice from attacking and double teaming her early. You cannot let her free run through the circle. You got to get that double team on her quickly and get some tackles as she tries to spin. She's very quick, has very good control of the ball. Sordo looking to move the ball up to Akeen, not able to connect with her. The Knights, Ellie Marble, looking to control that ball. Foul called. Ball is turned over, number 22 for the Eagles. Meredith Rankin starts him out. Junior from Marshall, Virginia. So that tackle by Emily Marble does not stop. Looks like, is that 19? 19 moves that ball down the field. That was Allison Thompson, and puts the ball over to her teammate on the wing. Couldn't see who scored that. She was turned on that shot. I'll get the score for you in a second. So that was really, the Knights had 3 ladies around the ball at midfield, just inside midfield, unable to control it, and then immediately there was an odd man rush for Bridgewater as Allison Thompson was able to push that ball down quickly. So that was Emily Tyler again from Allison Thompson. Emily Tyler with her second goal. Nice tackle from Ellie Marble. That's what she tried to do on the previous one and did a much better job right there. Ball down the wing. They find Taylor Wood, the forward from Westminster, Maryland. Outside shot. Ball deflected. Referee calling a foul inside the circle on the Knights. And the Eagles will have another corner. This will be their fifth corner, first of the second quarter. Have not been able to score on the previous four. Knights doing a good job defending. Defenders putting on their protective shields. As this time Taylor Wood will enter the ball in on the corner, far side. Probably looking to set up Tyler or Claire Ashley. Not able to connect on the pass from the corner. And Rachel Emmel fighting outside, just outside the circle. Good control by the forward, number 3, Taylor Wood. Foul called, turnover for the Knights as Ellie Marble tries to advance the ball quickly, not able to connect with her teammate. Ball hit out of bounds as number 18 for the Eagles, Becca Mercer, tried to chase it down. Turnover on the inbounds. Foul called. 5 yards outside, 6 yards outside the circle. Centering pass. Tyler looking at Emily Rice, looking to finish inside the circle, and a foul called. Ball will go over to the Knights just outside. Ellie Marble looks to put the ball over the wing. Excellent pass. Clements matriculates the ball down the field, looks to go inside. Continues down the wing. Foul called, ball going the other way. Quick entry from the Eagles midfield. This dangerous position that Emily Rice is able to get in as her teammates, she waits for her teammates. Shot taken, ball goes wide, no deflection. Looks like it'll be Knights ball coming back the other way. Bridgewater does a great job of finding Emily Rice just outside that circle. And normally she's taken that ball and looked and turned it inside. This time she paused, waited for her teammates to catch up. Excellent one pass into the circle. Number 27 for the Knights, Kiara White, stops the ball. However, looks like the ref's going to call a foul there in the circle, and we'll get another corner. Again, the Knights doing a great job defending on this. I think the Eagles need to clean up their corner play. They're getting a lot of opportunities, and the shots really haven't been coming the way they want them to, I think. This time, Meredith Rankin will inbound the ball on the corner. Set up top. Over to the wing. Looked like she was shooting. Looked like Claire Ashley wanted to take that shot and very sneaky, put it off to the side. and she put that ball to Meredith Rankin, who had just stepped in from the corner. It was a great play. Meredith Rankin kind of held her head up like she knew that was a great opportunity, not able to connect. Smart play, really great find from Ashley. They've tried to find her a couple times on those corners. A shot she could take. Instead, tried to find her teammate. Missed shot on the wing by... Sorry, I've been saying Emily Rice. I meant Emily Tyler. I thought that was right. Emily Tyler. I apologize. I keep calling number 13 Emily Tyler, Emily Rice. I apologize to the families out there, to the Rice family and to the Tyler family. It's Emily Tyler, who is the very difficult person to stop. The other forward on the other side is Emily Rice, freshman, but she's the one playing on the wing. It's Tyler that has been playing in the middle of the field, the forward playing in the middle. Substitutions have come in. Emily Tyler has come out. And looks like they're going to call maybe withholding right there on number 7, recent entry, Haslam De La Rosa. Hasmelin is how you say her name, Hasmelin De La Rosa. Looks like she's filling in that spot that Emily Tyler has played. Tyler with a well-deserved substitution. She works really hard up there. Knights have an opportunity now. First time they've really been down on this side of the field in about 5 minutes. Akeen hunts the ball down, centers it, looking for her teammate, Clements, not able to connect. Ball goes out of bounds out of the end line on the Knights. It'll be Eagles ball. Up over the top, nice handles there, good connection. Quigley does a great job moving the ball forward as De La Rosa puts the ball off to the wing. Rice looking for a teammate, not able to connect. Excellent find to Quigley. Quigley looked, I think she was looking off to the right-hand side there to Mercer. Not able to connect. And ball will come up to the top as it went out of bounds off the Knights, inadvertent. So it's not a corner. Should bring the ball back up top. Excellent tackle and ball put forward from Paige Anderson from Richland, Washington, that BYU Idaho transfer. She looks to put the ball off the wing, not able to connect with her teammate Clements. And now the Eagles, 5-on-5, push the ball up the field. Good find from Demude. And Emil clears the ball up to Clements. Referee calling a foul. Clements really would have liked that foul not to have been called and just continue up the field as she'd gone past both of the midfielder and the defender of the Eagles. Opportunity there to intercept that. I thought Katie Smith from Richmond, Virginia was going to grab that ball. Sydney White looks for Sordo, not unable to connect. Ball put forward by 18, Mercer. Ball goes out of bounds. And the Knights will take over. Marble was trying to connect upfield with White and unable to do so. Nice tackles from the Knights. Looks like they're going to call a tackle from behind there, I think, in the circle, resulting that foul either way, resulting in another corner. The double team was there, but I think it was just behind. as the Eagles tried to dribble in, splitting the double team, and then the Knights got a little too physical from behind with their tackles, and foul was called. Again, 22, Rankin will enter this ball in. You've got Ashley up there. Ball put out high. Looking for Ashley. Ashley looks for the pass in the middle. Great deflection. Couldn't tell quite who that was. I'm not sure it was. I think it was deflected by 24, Kelsey Hicks, normally a defender. Did a great job of deflecting that ball. It was a save, a beautiful save by Anna Bonney. Stopping that ball right on the goal line, preventing the 5th goal for the Eagles. Turnover in the middle of the field, not the place you want to turn it over as Ashley comes in, trip from behind, and I don't think they'll put a card on that. No card, just a trip. Tackle from behind and another corner. This will be the 4th corner for the Eagles in this second quarter. Ashley looks a little bit banged up, but she'll step in and take this ball as Rankin looks to enter it, looking for a little bit more than they got out of the last one. Again, over to Ashley, where they really like to get. She looks to center it there. They're really looking for those deflections off that left side. They're putting, one, number 5 was sitting there, Demude, as was, I think it was number 22, Rankin, as she stepped in from taking the corner. They really like to put her right there, looking for deflection, either in the middle or off to the side of the net. Sordo now, looking to cross the ball lengthwise. Ashley takes the ball and pushing it forward off the interception. Ball just out of bounds, barely missing that far corner as the play of number 8, Quigley, really, she does a great job of controlling the middle of the field, finding her teammates. She really sets players up. She has 4 assists. She's the leading assister for the Eagles. 3 goals, 4 assists on the year. Only 7 shots, which really shows you that she's pretty effective in her assist play. She's that midfielder that finds her teammates. All 7 of her shots are 7. She's 100% in terms of shots on goal. Another foul called on the Knights in the middle of the field. In the circle, and we'll have our 9th corner for the Eagles. Huge disparity right now in terms of shots and corners for the Eagles. This is their 9th one. 10th, rather their 10th. Yeah, 9th one. Again, Ashley looks to center that. That was a great center. But, they really look for each other. The execution has been off, but the plays are there. That was Daphne Demude, who had a great opportunity and just swipes over the ball as it came to her. But a great find from Ashley. Ashley's taken shots. She's also passed on that. The execution not there, but the play and the concepts are really beautifully built. The Knights are probably a little lucky. They haven't had to deal with more shots on goal from those corner plays. Again, none of the goals scored by the Eagles have come from these corner plays. Marble does a great job putting the ball outside to Katie Smith. Katie Smith not able to control it well. Good opportunity, good effort. Katie was getting forward. It looked like she was going to have some space, just not able to control the ball like she wanted. Ball entered into the circle as the Knights looked for De La Rosa. De La Rosa called for the foul. Knights ball. Marble will bring that ball up and look to inbound and get this thing going. Dribbles the ball up, looking for her teammate, Sydney White. Ball deflects over to Sordo, and Sordo, who, she's doing a great job getting her head up and looking crossfield, just not quite able to connect on those crossfield passes. If she can get those through, the Knights have some opportunity up that opposite side because the Eagles really pushed their outside midfielders and their defensemen forward. They look to generate numbers as much as possible. So there's opportunity on that other side. Akeen just over that ball as she looked to intercept that pass to the middle of the field. Demude looking for her teammates, and looks like the ball was thrown off the side of the cage, and the Knights will enter in. Marble finds wide up the wing. Wing in a 50-50 ball. Whistle by the ref. Not really signaling what's going on. I'm not sure. Maybe tackle from behind right there. Sordo just missing that. Not finding a Knight, or not finding an Eagle either. And Clements looks on the far side. Looked like she was trying to lead Anderson up the field. Things have slowed down in the scoring in the last 5 minutes. Knights doing a better job of protecting the circle, but not really able to advance that ball down the field. Just doing a better job in the circle, not fouling as much. Also defending with numbers, preventing that fifth goal coming online for the Eagles. But if they want to get back in this, they're going to have to generate play through the middle of the field. Great tackle from Clements. She gets the ball and knocks it upfield. Long pass, just kind of a space pass, looking for her teammate. But Anderson not able to run onto that ball. Great dribbling up the field by Demude. She does a really good job carrying the ball up. Ashley looking to capitalize on the play of Demude. And here you have a dangerous, dangerous play as Quigley moves the ball up. She'll find her teammates for sure as the clock runs out. Double zeros, ending the second quarter. We go into the second half 4-0. The Knights held the Eagles to 1 goal in that second quarter, but not really able to generate the offense. Again, this is sort of the problem that the Knights are facing in terms of really being competitive. It's the defensive end. They're doing a good job. The hustle is there. They play physical. They're not afraid to get in and mix it up. But generating those passes in the middle of the field from defense through their midfielders and up to the offensive players. They have very athletic forwards, but they're just not able to get the forwards involved. I'm not calling the names of the forwards out nearly as much as the defenders. Kronig and Akeen, Groening and Akeen are not able to really get the kind of play that you would want out of your forwards, not because they can't, just because the connection isn't there. And therefore, 0 shots on goal for the Knights, 11 shots on goal for the Eagles, yet scores only 4-0. So, the opportunity is there. Neither team is super deep in terms of subs, though certainly the Eagles have 3 or 4 more subs than the Knights do. So we'll have to see how that conditioning plays out in the second half and see if the Knights can keep up the defensive prowess while maybe generating something through the midfield, getting opportunities up, and see if they can't put some pressure on Ham in the goal. We'll take a break right now for about 5-6 minutes, and then we'll come back and see what the second half holds for the Knights and the Eagles. Welcome back here for the start of the second half as the Bridgewater Eagles, up 4-0, look to enter this ball and start their second half campaign. The Knights looking to see if they can generate more offense than they did in the first half. A shot on goal would be more offense, but it really had opportunities throughout the first half to capitalize, just not able to connect. Mostly, though, it's really the transition through the middle. The Eagles really able to use players like Quigley, Claire Ashley, to transition that ball through the middle of the field. The Knights not quite tackling as well as they want in the middle of the field, allowing for that transition. Right here, Quigley looks for Emily Tyler, who's back in, the leading scorer for Bridgewater and the leading scorer in this game with 2 goals. The Knights have no shots generated, official shots, though there were some really nice opportunities compared to 16 shots with 11 shots on goal for the Bridgewater Eagles. 9 penalty corners, which really shows the amount of offense they're generating and the dangerous offense they're generating. Foul called. Ashley picks the ball up, moves ahead to Tyler. Tyler looking to cross that ball over to her teammate, the excellent midfielder, Quigley. Putting the ball upfield. Tyler's blocked at the middle. The tackle by Marble not able to be completed, but no foul called, which was great for the Knights, and a nice interception from White. White on a diagonal run, unable to find her teammate, but a foul called, and it'll be Knights' ball. Sordo grabs it quickly. She really likes and she wants to find that far side, just not quite executing. Good looks, though. Ashley bringing that ball in unchecked to the middle of the field, looking to shoot the ball, maybe looking for a deflection. It doesn't get there. Ball out of bounds. Not sure if it got deflected out of bounds or just went straight there. Nevertheless, Marble enters that ball, and Clements controls, knocks it upfield. Anderson not able to control it, but ball's going to stay in. And we're going to get a race down there from Keene. Keene putting the pressure on as Clement gets the ball, and now Anderson able to control it. Gets nice tackle from, I think that's number 22, Rankin. Maybe it was 24. I think it's Rankin because 24 tends to play. Hicks plays a little bit farther back on defense. Up to Quiggle in the middle of the field, their field general. Quiggle plays like a senior, 5'4" senior out of Beaver Dam, Virginia, Patrick Henry High School. And there, the Eagles find that connection that they've been looking for the last 10 minutes or so and able to put that ball in. So it's really, again, that ball going through Quiggle. When the ball gets on Quiggle's stick, she's clearly their field general and makes a lot of right decisions. Most of the decisions she makes are correct, whether or not they execute off it. She's putting that ball in good spaces and opportunities for the Eagles. Foul called a little farther down here. Maybe a kick. I'm not sure. Oh, no, out of bounds. Sorry, out of bounds. That's 26, Mullen, putting the ball forward. Mullen's a junior defenseman out of Williamsburg, Virginia, War Hill High School. Ball goes forward. It might stay in. It does not stay in as Anderson tries to run it down. Hicks putting the ball over. Nice interception for number 6, Katie Smith. Midfielder out of James River High School. Sordo tackle. Nice takeaway from Sordo. She's looking across for her teammate. Wanted to connect with Clements. Not able to do so. Sordo is a junior from Bealton, Virginia. Went to Liberty High School. Biology major. She's that calming influence for the Knights in the middle of the field. She has a some really great ideas, just not quite able to execute thus far. Probably needs to have some of her wing midfielders shorten some of those passes, coming to her a little bit more. See, nice tackle here by Marble. Good control, foul called. Miss-hit by Marble as they battle tackle for tackle here, and the ball out of bounds. Marble this time knocks it upfield. Looks like a deflection off of the Eagles, and they'll redo, I think. Yeah, Marble re-enters this ball. Nice play by Sordo. The double team there from Tyler, however, and looks like maybe a kick or back of stick connection. Quiggle, middle of the field, great pass. Finding her teammate, Taylor Wood. Taylor back to Quiggle, smart play. Nice interception from the Knights defender, midfielder Clements stepping in. Ball going out of bounds, and Rachel Emmel, defenseman from Huntington, Pennsylvania. Huntington area high school. Rachel, a 5'5" freshman, led her to a varsity captain on her field hockey team. Big fan of mac and cheese, aren't we all? But wonder what kind of mac and cheese. I'll have to talk with Rachel and figure out what kind of mac and cheese she's a fan of. Because if it's just Kraft, that's a little disappointing. Maybe Mama Emmel or her family, her aunt is a excellent homemade mac and cheese maker. If not, my wife's got a great mac and cheese recipe. Just saying. Ball knocked out of bounds here. It'll be the Eagles' ball. Looks like Kelly Mullen will inbound this ball for the Eagles. Excellent find on Tyler. Tyler, odd man down here, swings, misses. And on the second swing is able to, I think was a penalty called? Yeah, it looks like she put it in the back of the net off of the shot, but there was a penalty called beforehand. And the Knights look to enter it. Kicked ball. Marble looks to start up quickly, trying to find her teammate, Sydney White, on the wing. Marble been very active out there. The freshman from Connecticut, Thomaston High School, biochem major. She was her team's field hockey captain last year. She's doing a great job. Unsung Hero Award, Scholar Athlete Award. Really did a lot for her team up there in Connecticut. And as a freshman, she's doing a great job down here, being on the ball, working hard, both on the defensive end and then trying to create the transition. That'll be the next step for the Knights in terms of being able to create those shots on goal, create offense generated, is really being able to go from defense to offense. The penalty foul called in the circle. This will be the first corner for the Eagles. They've looked for Ashley on most of these. Again, ball sneaks through everybody, goes up top, but Taylor Wood's able to control that. Centers the ball into Ashley. Ashley controls it, gets the shot off, blocked by the Knights defense. That was a great job by Kiera White, just putting her body in the way of that. Foul called, though, in the process, and we'll do it all over again. Ball goes over to Quiggle. Off the redirect, she puts the ball up and over. A great shot by Quiggle. She was able to launch that ball 3-4 feet in the air, sailed just over the head of goalie Anna Bonney. She wasn't able to get to it with her pad and deflect it. That was a really nice play. This time, rather than, I think it was Rankin, number 22, getting that ball and putting it over instead of to Ashley. on the right-hand side. This time they moved it over to Quigley, and Quigley able to get a great backhand shot off in the air. It was a beautiful shot. That may have been, I think that's probably the best shot of the night in terms of accuracy and power. It wasn't just kind of on the goal line, deflection right at the goal line. That was a really nice shot from Quigley. Good tackle from Taylor Wood on Sordo. Splits the Knights' defense. Shoots it with Anabani, a nice kick save. Puts the ball out to the wing. Marble able to control it, but not able to keep it in bounds. And it'll be Eagles ball as Mullen enters it in. Sordo looking upfield, trying to throw the ball up to that space ahead of Anderson, just not able to connect. Boy, the Knights got lucky there as Emil had the ball, got taken away, or maybe it looked like she kind of stopped there, but I think there was a whistle, which is why she stopped. I got a chance to hang out with Rachel, Emil, and her aunt and uncle on visit down here. Fantastic family. The Knights have some very talented freshmen. Coach Lamb is trying to recruit. She's got a little bit of a more difficult job in the recruiting arena than a lot of her colleagues, because most other teams that are sponsored by the Knights athletic department have a strong connection in terms of the numbers of players out west. And a lot of the Southern Virginia University student body come from the Utah, Idaho, Arizona area. As the Knights start off of this foul, and Sordo enters that ball in. Nice crossfield cut from number 1, Akeen. She did a great job tracking that ball down and putting it across the front of the cage. Looks like they're going to call that a high ball, I think, and 24 for the Eagles will start that up. That's Kelsey Hicks. Good tackle from Emil. She's in a fight there with number 19, Thompson. Thompson comes away with it, gets around Sordo and moves that ball off to the far wing. That looks like Rankin on the far side. Handling that ball, does a great job finding her teammate wide open, unmarked by any SVU defender. I believe that was number 18 standing there, Mercer. Fouled just outside the circle. Everybody thought it was going to go the way of the Eagles. Ashley sat there getting ready to start up, but the refs see otherwise. As Marble gets that ball out to Clement, and she looks to advance that ball, but it goes out of bounds. And Mullen will inbound. Unlike a lot of sports, infield hockey, that inbounder can carry the ball in off the inbound line, out of bounds line. Ball goes off the end line as Taylor Wood was chasing that down, unable to corral it, and the Knights will get the ball coming out just outside the circle. Marble looking for her teammates. Ball gets through over to Sydney White. Sydney White, freshman. So back to talking about the recruiting process for Coach Lamb. Unlike a lot of her colleagues, there is not a lot of field hockey in the Midwest or in the West. There's some pockets in California. There's a little bit going on as we see the midfielder, number 5 there, Demude, carrying that ball through 3 defenders, unable to connect on the shot or the pass. Looks like De La Rosa is back in as Emily Tyler has been taken out. Also in Emily Rice on the left wing. And so, Coach Lamb is really has to scour and work hard to find some opportunities for players. Sometimes it's reaching out and just trying to find good athletes to come out and play. This is a sport that if you're fast and you have hand-eye coordination, it's something that you can, pick up pretty quick in terms of opportunities to play. Now, doing what you just saw out of Sordo right there with that great backhand shot, I mean, that takes time to develop. But, if you can get somebody that can get up and down, you can have, good players. You got to have a lot of guts to be able to step in and stand in front of that ball. And you see the Knights don't lack at all for courage. They fight hard. They've been able to keep this score down in spite of the disparity in shots. Ball played all the way back to number 24, Hicks. She checks the clock for just a minute, pushes it forward to her teammate, but the Knights intercept it. Looks like they need to get called, I think, for a kick. Ball put up and in. De La Rosa was looking to control that ball off the start from the foul. Unable to control it the way she wanted to, but knocked out of bounds by the Knights as the Eagles try to hustle and generate some offense with only 20 seconds left on the clock. Dangerous ball in the middle of the field. Akeen did a good job from her forward position, coming back and playing solid there to keep any kind of shot being generated as that ball was coming across the top of the circle. So the Knights allow 2 goals in that third period and are now down 6-0. So I think I want to finish out that thought. When you look at the rosters of these two teams, I mentioned that the roster for the Eagles is filled with Virginia players. They have, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 players on their team from outside Virginia, and all those players are from Maryland. The Knights have been able to, grab players from different parts of the country, sometimes not having played in high school, but many of them, as I mentioned with, for example, we have varsity captains like Rachel Emmel, freshman from Huntington, Pennsylvania. We have others that were like Sadie Gronig from Georgia, who strong, 5'8" player, excellent athlete. You have players like Elizabeth Sordo, who from Liberty High School in Virginia, who is a junior and been playing with Coach Lamb basically since Coach Lamb, who was the original coach for this field hockey team. In fact, the field hockey team was started at SVU because of the belief in Coach Lamb to create something out of nothing. And I know that the athletic department administration looked very deeply at what opportunities were there, and Coach Lamb that they could build a program. And Coach Lamb's working very hard. She's bringing in good athletes. And I think this thing will continue to grow as they bring in 1 or 2. Right now it's defense is there. They have good goalkeeping. Anna Bonnie's doing great. She's a freshman, and she stands up strong, stands tall in there. I think Anna's still in goal. Looks like she is. Anna Bonney is a 5'11" athlete from Maryland. Happens to have a twin. I don't think the twin's here. I'll have to check on that. But it's really, can we, connect in the middle of the field, get a little bit more ball control from the midfielders, connecting, finding those forwards. In this case, you see Sordo putting that ball up. Sordo, a very skilled player. Turnover from the Eagles, from the Eagles as Paige Anderson tried to track that ball down and unable to do so. Paige, a psychology major, that senior from Basco, Washington. The psychology program here at SVU is, I think, one of our strongest programs. The faculty, the 4 full-time faculty that we have here come from excellent backgrounds, very diverse, able to bring a lot of different perspectives. Highly recommended if you're thinking about coming to Southern Virginia University, even if you want to do it just as a concentration. That was really great play there as number 18, Becca Mercer, controlled that ball. She's a freshman from Hanover, Virginia. Controlled that ball twice off a deflection and then able to get the shot off and puts it just over the shoulder of Anna Bonney. Yeah, I believe they'll count that as an unassisted goal. That was great effort from Mercer. The Knights now looking to control the ball outside the wing here to Clemens. Clemens with a nice move. In soccer, we'd call that around the cow. Finds her teammate Anderson upfield, but Anderson, nice tackle from Demude. And she finds her teammate Wood up the Emily Rice up the field. Emily goes back to Ashley. Excellent tackle from Knights defender number 27, Kiara White, the junior from Powhatan, Virginia. Akeen tried to push that ball through the Eagles' defense, but Thompson, a little too strong, took that ball away. But it was a nice effort, really nice effort from Akeen. Akeen now looking to start the Knights' defense up top. Takes the ball away, but they're going to call her with a check from behind, a tackle from behind, and ball will start over. Mullen looking for her teammate forward. Rice up the field, not able to connect. Good job by Emil. Defending that, looking upfield and finding Anderson. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. And we'll have an inbound play for Clemens. Looking across the field, there's space on the other side. It's just the ability, nice find in space for Sordo. Sordo unable to control it, but that was a really good, she cut in front of the face of her defender. That kind of movement, I think, will be what the Knights need. Very good defense. As you saw, the Knights double team that ball coming in from De La Rosa. They're going to call the ball inadvertently out of bounds on the end line, which will result in a ball outside the circle. Hicks sends the ball off to the wing. And nice tackle there by Marble. Marble enters that ball. We have a really important spot right here. Sordo fighting hard, knocks heads with De La Rosa. De La Rosa grabs her eye. Looks like she might need a sub. Maybe it was her nose. Marble being real physical right there. Sub on the fly for the Eagles. Way to chase down that ball. That was a great job by White, putting that ball off the wing, but not out of bounds. Spin move by Ashley. She looks to get the ball to the end line. Tackle made by the Knights defenders. And looked like Rachel Emmel. Yeah, she was able to get around that, and then they call either a kick or a back stick play from Ashley. I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Miriam Bonney, I believe the sister of Anna, who has been side by side with Anna down there. She's that last defender, putting her stick on the ground without a face mask. That's when you're going to sit, and this happens a lot. You'll see a lot of teams do that, putting that kind of back defender down there. She puts her stick on the ground. She's just looking to stop those shots that are trying to roll on the ground. And she plays a lot. You see it right now. I mean, she'll play down in front right there. She has stopped several of those balls, that time unable to do so. Again, Quigley in the middle of that fracas at the top of the circle. Ball does go in, but you see that kind of play from the Knights. The courage is there. The ability to step in front and play strong is there. They're not giving up, but we just are not able to right now control the ball. The Knights aren't enough to create opportunities upfield. Kicked ball as that deflects off the foot of Anderson. As Mullen puts the ball back and will redirect it through Hicks. Hicks with a long knock. Doesn't connect with her right defenseman. And Groening looked to control that ball and move it to the middle, get to Sordo. I'd love to see more of this kind of play from Sordo. Carrying that ball, dribble it upfield. Looks like there was a trip with her stick, inadvertent. She was on the ground. She was doing a good job keeping that stick on the ground as she was trying to get back to get a tackle. It was stepped on, and the Eagles defender goes down. No card given. There have been no cards given at all, I think, this game. I don't think there have been any cards given. I don't think we've gone man down on either side, or woman down, rather, player down. Nice control from White. She finds Marble on the outside, but a better tackle and a centering pass. Nice centering pass from number 18 on the Eagles too. I believe that Mercer found Rice on that pass across the middle as Rice was unmarked in the middle of the field. I think that's what happened. I'll get the confirmation on that. Yeah, that was Emily Rice from Mercer. Nice centering pass from Mercer. So that's in a situation where I think that Miriam Bonney, rather than standing and being right in front of the cage and looking to be kind of a second goalie, may need to just mark up and get a little more physical so that crossing pass doesn't come through, rather than trying to deflect the shot itself, but step in and go ahead and mark up that player that's got a free run in the middle of the circle. Sordo puts the ball over here on the wing, but the ball deflects off of Clemens. She's unable to control it. It's a good look from Sordo. Unlucky, unfortunate bounce. And these moments, here in the fourth quarter, these are the ones that, with the Knights, without many subs, this is the tough moments. This is the moments where, they've run up and down the field. We're now just about halfway through this quarter, just over halfway, and the Knights are pretty tired with the few subs that they've been able to put in. And so, these are the times where you really got to buckle in and do the best you can and try and keep the game going, right? Whether or not you win or lose. I've been in this spot as a coach. And these moments where, what do you do when you're down 9-0 and you're not going to win? What kind of effort, what kind of energy can you put into the moment? As you see Anderson run this ball down, not able to get there, ball goes out of bounds. But it's that effort, right? Like, how can you gauge a team's success in terms of building and what is in the future is really built around the attitude and the effort that you see. When, first, before you can learn to win small, you got to learn to lose small. And that comes from effort, trying to keep the score close. But, when you are down this much, it comes down as a player to just, keep fighting. You don't really look at the scoreboard. You just kind of keep battling and you keep fighting. And if you can do that, who knows what comes in the next game. That's all you're looking for. This is great connection. Again, it's a 3-on-2 for the Eagles in the circle. This odd man play as the ball gets tipped in off of two different deflections. I believe that was, once again, it looks like they're going to call a foul beforehand. Maybe a kickball. Yeah, they're definitely calling a foul before Rice was able to put that ball in. Rice doing a good job on that wing. Looks like we've got now in the middle of the field filling that spot, Megan Bailey, that spot that normally is filled by Emily Tyler. Ball carried out of bounds by Ashley, and the Knights will bring the ball outside the circle and see if they can generate some play through the midfield and see if they can transition down to their offensive end. Battle on the wing. Referees call it off the Knights. And it looks like Mullen will inbound the ball. We haven't had a chance to do a lot of calling of the names of, like, for example, here's Hicks and her teammate Thompson on the other side. Knights just haven't put the ball down there quite enough to let them be in the fray quite as much as probably you would in other times. But definitely two good defenders. Here you see number 22, Rankin, really get back. She does a great job getting up and down the field. Her speed there was evident. She ran that ball down, stopping any kind of transition and offensive opportunities the Knights might have had. And here she looks to carry past two Knights defenders, generates the foul, and they'll start this ball on their defensive end. She looks to the middle of the field, puts it up and over. Nice find from Hicks, but it was deflected. Still gets the ball into the stick of Harris, using that spin move, shielding her defender. Very good play as she finds her streaking teammate Demude. And there was some really good opportunities there for the Eagles as they had multiple players in the circle but unable to avoid the foul. Knights ball. Actually, I guess the ball went out of bounds, I think, off the end line. Foul called. Nice jump by Sordo. Did a great job jumping that. Just knocking the ball up the field, trying to see if her forwards could run onto it. Good tackle from McKean. But Anderson unable to really control that ball right there. Foul called. Ashley will start up the play. She finds Mullen on the wing and looks forward. But Rice unable to control that ball, and it goes out of bounds. Clements inbounding this ball, and hopefully the Knights, a nice ball from Clements. That's one of the harder balls that I've seen her hit. We need more of that kind of energy or technique on those passes. Quigley with a nice ball up around, and she connected with Wood. Not sure if she's really trying to find Wood right there. They were pretty close together. Wood turns, knocks the ball harmlessly off the end line. But clearly, Quigley, I think, is kind of, I don't know if backed off is the right word, but she's not pushing quite as hard as she was in the previous three quarters. as her teammate tries to find her right here. Ball knocked all the way across midfield by the Knights defender, Kiera White. Clements inbounds the ball. It's knocked upfield, but they're calling, I'm not sure what they called on her. Either way, Mullins ball, carrying and inbounding. Sneaks through two defenders, offensive players for the Knights, as a foul is called on Sordo. Quigley looked to push that ball up quickly, but a nice read by Clements. She intercepts that, tries to find Anderson upfield, but Mullen will have none of that. Thinks about pushing the ball up the wing instead. Nice find. Dangerous play as Thompson right there was on the ball, and she did actually a really nice job of avoiding. I think that was a Keene. Keene now trying to dribble the ball. I think they called her for interference there with the ball. You're not allowed to kind of body up your defender, really. Judgment call by the referees. Marble looking to defend that diagonal run. That was a nice shot, diagonal run and shot by Taylor Wood. Ball right on the goal line. Knights defenders try to protect that goal line as the ball bounces around, squirts over to the left-hand side, and no Knights were there to defend Emily Rice as she put the ball in. Emily Rice in a nice position waiting around as her teammates doing the fighting on the ball in the front of on the right side of the cage. She's standing there very smartly so, waiting to see if the ball would squirt out to her side, and it did, and there you go. Emily Rice with a goal. The 10th goal, 6 seconds left in the game, so the Knights now will inbound the ball off the goal. Akeen carrying the ball upfield, and the 6 seconds run out, and there's your game. So 10-0, definitely not the kind of score and box score you're looking for if you're a Knights fan. If you're a Bridgewater fan, you're seeing some great stuff, some really great potential out of Bridgewater. Definitely when you look at their top three players, Tyler, Ashley, Quigley, those players are really good up top. And as long as you got Quigley on the ball, I think you're going to have an opportunity to generate offense. Not as much challenge for the defense. We don't really know in terms of testing how good the Brooke Ham is, but she did everything she needed to do and pulls out a shutout. So that's really great play from the defense. They do a great job of the Eagles defense do a great job of shoring up that back line and not giving any real opportunities for the Knights. That being said, the Knights have things they can continue to build on. Clearly, they have athletes. They've got a good goalie. They got courage. They're in very good shape. They ran up and down that field and didn't really look like they slowed down much. So there's things to build on. Coach Lamb will have to be positive, generate the kind of instruction and teaching. And some of these girls, some of these women have not played much field hockey. And Coach Lamb is really trying to bring them together. And, she's got a big road to walk down here. It's a long road, rather, that is in front of her. But she's fantastic. She's a great teacher, a wonderful mentor for these ladies. And the ladies on the team are awesome. They keep their heads up. They keep fighting. They've got a strong fan base with their families back home and certainly here at SVU. Pretty well attended tonight. So, come out and support the Knights on the next one. Keep your ears and eyes open for all the opportunities to come support this team as they come over, get a loud cheer from the Knights fans here on the sideline. And my name, again, Scotty Winterton. I was happy to be here and look forward to commentating and being here for the next game for these Knight field hockey ladies, and hope everybody has a safe evening.